Here, let's manipulate an equation. This is the definition of momentum. Momentum is a vector quantity, and it's given by the variable p, and it's equal to the mass of an object times its velocity. So if we want to figure out how a force applied to an object will change its momentum, we need to make force appear somewhere in this equation. And we know from Newton's second law that F equals ma. So if we were to make ma appear here, we could then just put F in place of the ma. So let's try to do that. We know that acceleration is change in velocity over change in time. So let's get a change in velocity to appear here. So I'm going to write delta in both sides of this equation. This makes perfect sense. This is correct. The change in something's momentum must be the change in its mass times velocity. And then the only thing we need to do is divide by change in time. So we can turn delta v over delta t into a. And if we do one thing to the right, we have to do it to the left. So the reason we did that is so we could take delta v over delta t and turn it into a. So a is going to take the place of all those. And now that we have ma, we know ma is a force. And there you have it, an expression for the change of momentum in terms of the net force applied. We can also write that as the impulse if we just put this equation in terms of the change in momentum. And this is also sometimes written as J. But this equation makes sense, right? Because the longer we put a stronger force on an object, the more we're going to change its velocity, and therefore the more its momentum is going to change. And we can also think about momentum intuitively. The more momentum something has, the harder it's going to be to stop it or get it to a high velocity if it is stopped. And it would make sense that the more massive it is, the harder it is to do that, and the faster it's already going, the harder it is to stop it. So that's just what momentum is, something's mass times its velocity. But let me clarify, there's two things we've done. One is to say a number value for the momentum an object has at any instant is this mass times velocity. So we just look at any given moment and we get a number for the momentum of something, mass times velocity. But then we derive this expression, the change in momentum. Here the difference is it's how much the momentum is changing over a given time t. So this is the change in momentum is the force times time.